Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jeff, the guy from Reston. How's it going? I know I haven't done a video in a while, so we're going to get right back into the discussion on MGTOW because that's the whole idea why I started Jeff, the guy from Reston. What basically talk about men's issues and MGTOW basically. And today I see a lot of things happening on MGTOW, and what I see are a lot of women or women's organizations commenting on MGTOW, what they believe, what think it is, and how wrong men are for going MGTOW. And you watch a number of these videos where these women do these comments and stuff like that, and they still want to blame men rather than themselves for what they've done. Why men aren't wanting to date them, marry them. They just want to basically, most big town men basically just want to hit it and quit it and move on. We're not looking to basically form a relationship or anything else like that, because we figured out that the moral majority of American women out there are not worth the time, effort, and energy to put forth into having a family. What skills do you bring to the table when you come? Can you cook? Can you clean? Do you know how to darn socks? Can you sew? I mean, other than going out and shopping and spending money, what other skills do you have? I mean, and most American women today don't have any of those skills, but they still fall back on their female instincts on things such as spending money, because all women love to go shopping. Doesn't matter. Even a woman who says she doesn't like to go shopping is the biggest liar in the world. You put her in a female clothing store, she'll be there for 2 hours, at least, minimum. So let's just go over some of these things. I pulled up a second window here, so if I shift my head or anything else like that, it's because I'm looking at something else rather than the camera. But I'll try to do my best here. So let's go over this here. Okay, so first of all, we're scrolling down here. First one is MGTOW is a lie and a cult. I've been doing a lot of videos about MGTOW lately with one purpose: to warn you about how. And you have to know that a woman made this video because, number one, and that's it. And then we got another woman over here. It says Renee Slansky, and here her title is MGTOW Toxic Masculinity with a big question mark. Men go their own way. And in the comment section, she writes, "Dear MGTOW men and fellow followers, due to the amount of abuse, anger, and defamation, I have switched off all comments." Well, see, here's the problem with that. She, like every other woman, wants to put herself out there without any responsibility for what she says. And I basically put myself out there. I don't turn off my comments because I want anybody, even a feminist, to come back here and comment about what MGTOW is. MGTOW is not like a feminist movement. We don't stand here and lobby Congress to change laws. We don't stand around here and turn around and do what Now or any other of these feminist organizations. Most of them are associated with colleges today that you would send your kid to go to college. But basically, yes, the feminists today are mad because, number one, excuse me, I got some honey on my hand here. Let's turn out. The feminists today have done one thing, and that is they have made a grave and fatal mistake. Because of MGTOW and the red pill, we know what women are, and the fact that they can't be trusted for the most part. They are not loyal companions to be with. There will always be looking with a hypergamous nature to monkey branch to a different partner if things don't go the way they want them to go. Most of them get married trying to change their husbands when they got married to the guy for the very same reason that he is the guy that they wanted, and then they end up ruining the guy, and then they turn around and leave him anyway. So that's the one thing right there about feminism. Um, Women need to understand this. I mean, there's a lot of other things that I could say. Um, the red pill is not MGTOW. Well, I don't know about that. Maybe bulldog mindset. I can't comment on that because I haven't seen the video. But I will say this. Uh, they're not equal to each other. They complement each other. And that's what I have to say. MGTOW and the red pill complement each other because, number one, the red pill teaches men how women are supposed to be, and the MGTOW platform basically says because women being this way, we're walking away from them. Other than being a sex partner, we don't want them for anything else. And we know what they are, and we know a lot of things about women. One of the things about women that is um, very, very obvious by now is the way men and women communicate. Men communicate overtly. Everything's on the table. What we say what we mean. We don't hide anything or anything else like that. Um, Men are very forward about their communications. Women, on the other hand, communicate overtly. So have you ever been talking to a woman and you tell her this is what you mean, and then she goes, I don't understand what you mean? Well, you've told her what she means. She knows what you mean. Okay. She's just trying to get you to explain it to her in terms that is, quote, more of a feminist mindset. And unfortunately, men were not wired that way. Uh, we're not wired to think like a woman. A man will never think like a woman. I mean, we can try to think like a woman. I mean, some men mimic women's behavior, but they're not women. They'll never be women. And, I think this is ridiculous to even try. And for all those guys out there that are, quote, male feminists, I mean, really, to tell you the truth, we all know all you're doing that is just so you can be close to them to get in their pants. You're not doing it for any other reason other than that. That's the truth of it. But let's get back to MGTOW. Here's one. Here's another video. What MGTOW got right and the cold hard truth for 2020. Find out the top 10 most cringeworthy mistakes guys make with women. See, this is another thing. She's blaming men for women's behavior. And this is another. Then they asked Megan Fox, are men afraid of women? Men are not afraid of women. We've never been afraid of women. We just don't want to put up with it. And then here's another girl, Jennifer Molesky. The MGTOW movement is growing stronger every day, and with good reason. Some of the men are just bitter, and they are. No, it's the men that are bitter are the ones that have been destroyed by women. The men that are bitter are the ones that have been destroyed by women in a relationship, like a marriage or something like that, where, the guy's worked, 10, 15 years at the marriage, been a faithful husband, helped raise the kids, has done everything that his wife asked him to do and then some. And then all of a sudden, she turns around and pulls a fast one and meets the guy's business partner or some other guy that she didn't necessarily try to meet, but they kind of met anyway. And the guy was just looking to basically score a hit. So now she's looking at that guy as a potential mate rather than being faithful to the man that she promised in a marriage vow that she would marry and be devoted to for the rest of her life. People need to understand this. Women, because of the hypergamous nature, are what they are. That's a fact of life. But most women or most feminists who think what MGTOW is have got it wrong. They still have it wrong. because there's different levels of MGTOW. You have one level where basically it's called the MGTOW monk. No women, no dates, no nothing. The heck with them. Forget it. Not even sex, which I think that's crazy, if you ask me, because I don't want to totally turn myself off to women, but at the same token, but, and then there's some women that basically say, well, you know, maybe I'll just date women for sex and, leave it at that. Then there's other MGTOWs that basically, well, maybe a short-term relationship, or, I keep her around for 3 or 4 months, but, nothing really permanent, just something so I can, um, dip my sausage and, get my rocks off, somebody to be around rather consistent rather than always trying to find a new girl to basically lay. Which is understandable considering all the sexually transmitted diseases that are going around right now. Know that for a fact. One of the things about MGTOW is, you know, we employ different strategies, like Tom Leykis's Tom Leykis 101 rules for dating. We incorporate that. We incorporate the red pill. We incorporate a lot of other things, so that basically we are not snuckered in by a woman. No matter how good you think she is not who she really says she is. Most women today are not who they really are when they present themselves to you. They're putting on a farce, a facade. And after a while, they can only keep up the facade for so long. And I remember this in one of my relationships I had with a woman that I really, 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 I mean, I was head over heels in love with this woman. I wanted to marry her, I know she couldn't have babies, but I wanted to basically, have a family life with her and everything, buy a house and have us live together and do all the great things that, most married couples would do. I don't know if I would have married her, but, I would have basically had a devoted relationship with her. But after a while, she reverted to the true nature of who she really was. And, which was really amazing and this is how it usually goes. So finally I had enough of it because, after about 3 months of, not getting together, not doing anything together, just totally annoying, just totally bumping me off, always with an excuse of why she couldn't be around. I just started to say, well, shit, I might as well be single at this point. And so I did. Now the mistake I made was I carried on with her a little bit. I waited about a year, and I carried on with her a few months after that, about 6 to 8 months after that. Then she got a new boyfriend, and then I kind of cut myself out of the picture completely because I really didn't want a relationship with this woman, or anything else like that. I mean, she was just basically somebody that was no good from the start. And I should have recognized that, but I didn't. And I was taken in by her womanly charms and how she was and how she made me feel. And, so those were the things that basically it kind of dumbs us down. I mean, we're men. We're going to be dumbed down by it. She was, I mean, to this day, I still love her, but as far as that deep, unabiding love that I used to have for her when we were together, no, I don't have that anymore. But when I discovered MGTOW and what MGTOW is and what the red pill is, the red pill comes from the movie The Matrix, where men basically will take the red pill. You get the blue pill, you wake up back in bed. You get the red pill, and you go down and you find out what's really going on. You learn about women and their mindset and what they think. And knowing this, basically, most women basically will want all the glory, all the power without any responsibility behind it. And I've said that before and I'll say that again. This Me Too movement and and all these other things has made it damn near impossible for men to work around women. So what do men do? We keep our distance from them. We don't talk to them. We don't say two words to them, especially a woman we don't know. Um, we keep our distance from them. Um, for a very good reason, because we don't know how they're going to react, respond, or feel. Because if we say something to them and they might take it the wrong way, the next thing you know, we're talking to our boss about sexual harassment charges. Um, so that's what goes on there. So women have basically ruined it for themselves by marrying up, by going somewhere to work and finding somebody in the office that's available to be married, to find somebody that's married to. They ruined it with Me Too. They've ruined it. Men don't want to be anywhere around them. So the way a woman would meet somebody to get married, they used to basically most women would go to college and they would meet somebody in college. Or if they did meet somebody in college, they would find employment somewhere and they would marry somebody higher up on the food chain in the corporation. Um, you know, more like a single guy who's been there maybe like 10 years longer than she's been. This guy's 40, she's in her mid 20s, like that. And then she'll marry him and then, they'll settle down and have a bunch of kids. That's usually how women used to do it. Today, because of women's independence and the fact that they want to turn around and be just like men, they have ruined themselves and the idea of ever settling down with a man. No man wants to be with a woman who basically is like another man that will challenge him everywhere he turns. A man does not want to be challenged at home. That's the last thing he wants, is a challenge at home. He doesn't want somebody that is an adversary at home. He wants a partner at home, somebody that he can lean on and depend on, so that he can recharge his batteries, so he can go out there and fight for his family. That's why men are walking away from women today. That's why men aren't marrying women, because very few women are feminine anymore. They're feminists. And because of this reason, that's why you see a lot of men going after going over to the Ukraine and the Soviet Union and looking for brides and things of that nature. But this feminist thing is moving around. And, the thing is, well, let's go to another video over here. This is Jennifer Molesky, Modern Feminism and the Consequences. The MGTOW movement is growing stronger every day, and with good reason. Some men are just bitter, and men are not bitter toward women. We have never been bitter toward women, but women have been bitter toward men. Let's get one thing straight. Women love to project their behavior on men and call it that men are the ones that are bitter. Now, women are the ones that are bitter for a lot of reasons. Number one, they want the power. Some women want the power and prestige of men, and they want to basically do whatever it can to take up for it. And, that's wrong. And anyway, you slice it. And then here's another woman here. Wingman TV dating and relationship tips for men. This is what is MGTOW? Is MGTOW right for you? Dating advice for men. Why would you listen to a woman give you dating advice? Because number one, every time you listen to a woman and she gives you dating advice, I listened to my mother and my grandmother and my sister for years on dating advice, and I never got anywhere with any girl at all whatsoever. It was when I started treating women like dirt. I started treating them like trash, not giving a shit about their feelings, things of that nature. That's when these women started paying attention to you. When you don't care about them, that's when they look up to you and think of you as a strong person. Don't ask me why, but women will generally throw themselves at a man for that very reason. And I don't understand the psychology of a woman. I'm not going to try. But as a woman, wouldn't you want to be with a man who basically likes you and wants to enjoy your company and be with you and spend time with you rather than someone who's very indifferent? I mean, I see all these women, they turn around here and they'll basically say, don't go to somebody who's an option. Go with somebody who's your priority, who, if you make them your priority. But the problem is, women, you respond to the guy who treats you as an option. That's who you respond to. The guy that treats you as a priority, you ignore his ass. You'll date him, you'll put up with him. But really, to tell you the truth, you're getting dogged out by the guy who couldn't give a shit about you. And that's the truth, and you know it. And, this is the other thing that is amazing about women today. Women want to move into MGTOW. They want to come in and take over the movement, like they've done everything else that's been masculine. Well, MGTOW, we don't have a president. We don't have a vice president like now, or the League of Women Voters, or any other type of feminist organization. We don't have any of those things. It is a movement. It was started by one man, and it passed the word on, and it was going down from there. More and more men are going MGTOW, and that's what's going on. So you're going to have no choice but to go and be there for men. And that's what's going to go on from there. So listen to me about this, and listen to me good. Women are not what you want in life, okay? Women, as Donovan Sharp says, they don't want to be the co-pilots of the aircraft. They want to be the flight attendant of the aircraft. You're the pilot. They're the flight attendant. That's what women are. They don't want to learn how to make money. They want to reap the rewards of you knowing how to make money. That's the difference between women and men. Men will take the time to learn how to make money, learn how to basically grow wealth. Women will reap the rewards of a guy who has learned how to make money and to grow wealth, because they'll get something off of it. And they'll take that money for their own selfish purposes. So that's what's going on. So anyways, I'm signing off for now, but I want to give you all a thing to take care. And all of you have a really, really great evening. This is Jeff, the guy from Reston. I'm signing off. Take care. God's love, peace, and I hope you have a God-blessed life. Take care. Bye-bye.